when you die, had to return to the nature. This is the truth, right? The air elements. The air element is the breath that you breathe in, and now the air come into your body, and after that you breathe out and return to the nature. So this is the air elements, and the fire elements is the heat that inside your body in order to make you feel warm, in order to make you can still alive. And now when you die, it had to return to the fire elements in the nature, right? And the fifth is the space element. If in our body has no space, there is no organ that can move, right? The organs can move because of the space in our body. So we need a space, and space inside and space outside is the same space. So these 5 aggregates, we already know about that. But there is another element that is very important. That is the pure consciousness element, or we can call it pure mind. We can call it the Nibbana element. We can call it the Dhamma element. We can call it the pure consciousness element, the emptiness element. There are many, many names to explain about this element. But what is the characteristic of this element? Because this element is invisible. Because it's invisible, so it seems that you don't have it. But actually, it's already there. But it's invisible. It's unbounded. It's unlimited. There is no feature of the pure consciousness element, but it has a characteristic of knowing. The pure mind is just only the nature that the Buddha enlightened. He accumulated a lot of parami in order to enlighten that there is the pure consciousness element or the pure mind that already exists. But it's invisible. That is never born and never die. It is our being's true nature. It doesn't change depend on the 5 aggregates in every lifetime. It continues from the first life until now and never change because it's never born and it's never die. This is just only the nature or one element that is eternal. But the other elements born and die all the time. So these are 2 natures. One nature is the conditioned things. That is the 5 aggregates. And another nature is the pure mind. That is never born and never die and is eternal. And now in our body composed of the 6 elements, that is already perfect by nature. So if you understand the nature like this, you will understand about the overview of the way to practice. Because the way to practice is not for help someone to get something. Because the Nibbana elements is the emptiness elements, is the pure consciousness elements, the Dhamma elements that are already in us and in our being, never disappear. But the 5 aggregates and the 5 elements have to born and die. And the pure mind never born and never die. Okay, I will try to explain about the way to practice. Because now for all of us, we have the 5 aggregates and have the pure mind together with us. But why we still get lost and attached to the self? Because we know about the action that out of ignorance that is sending the mind outside, sending the mind inside, and try to analyze, use analytical thinking in order to get Nibbana. If there are no three kinds of action in that moment, that is Nibbana in that moment. It's not like Nibbana is some special state, superb state, supreme state in order to get in the future, like we imagine in the past. Because in the past we believe that we have to do something in order to get Nibbana in the future. So all of you think like that, right? We have to practice now in order to get Nibbana in the future. Maybe not in this life, maybe in next life. Or we try to accumulate a lot of parami in order to get Nibbana in one life in the future. So this is the perception that comes from the misunderstanding about the Nibbana elements, about the nature. So now we started from the right view first, and we will explain more about the way to implement it into the practice. Okay? Okay. That's why staying in the present moment is very important, because the present moment is the present moment that the five aggregates comes and go in the pure mind. There is no one who attached to even the five aggregates, and there is no one who attached even the pure mind. That is the pure nature. And live your life like this until you die. And in the moment that there is no one attached to anything, even the five aggregates and even the pure mind, that is no self. Because there is no self from the first place, there is no self from the beginning. There is no one that had to get rid of the self. Okay, I will repeat again. There is no one that has to get rid of the sense of self, because the sense of self never exists. It's just something that you create out of ignorance that push you to have three actions: sending the mind outside, sending the mind inside, and obsessed with yourself to do something in order for benefit to yourself, even to get Nibbana. That kind of action that creates the sense of self in your feeling at that moment, but actually there is no sense of self. Now we understand about this already. So let the five aggregates function as it is. Let the five aggregates speak inside you in every moment by moment. Don't have to control the five aggregates, because the five aggregates just thinking something in the present moment can't sending the mind outside by itself, right? Because if you listen to me, it's impossible that you pay attention to me and you think about someone outside, right? It's kind of because the five aggregates just can do something in the present moment just like that. If you understand me now, you contemplate what I'm talking now, that is just the five aggregates function as it is. It's the way of nature of the five aggregates. That is normal. So the five aggregates, when its function, actually what we attach is not what you see, what you hear, what you smell, what you taste, something that touched you. But we always attach to the mind as a self, right? Actually, what we attach to the mind is not like something outside. Something outside is like, okay, we attach. But when you see everything, you perceive everything outside, you have to fabricate inside. It's like when the male see the very beautiful female. Actually, the beautiful female is outside. But you think about that lady inside, right? Yeah, it seems that you attach that lady, but actually that lady is just something outside, but you fabricate it inside. That is what we have to learn about the mind. not attached to what is not attached to the five aggregates. Because otherwise we will try to control everything outside in order to protect the mind. But that action we already attached to the mind already. But have to understand that everything outside is just outside. And even the mind that speak in this moment, and in next moment the mind will speak another thing, right? It can't stay still and not speak anything. It will speak another thing, another thing, another thing, another thing continuously. So even the mind at this moment can be something outside. And for the mind in the next moment, talk about that. So let every mind flow in the nature. Let the speaking mind that speak inside you flow in the nature, but no one grabs it, no one follow it, no one try to control it, and no one try to suppress it, no one run away from it. It will be just a speaking mind that speak in the nature, comes and go in the nature. That is, comes and go in the pure mind. Not have to pay attention for something you perceive outside, like in the past. Because in the past we always try to focus with something outside, try to keep the stillness, try to want the mind just only be at a good state all the time, have the present feeling all the time. In the past, we focus on something outside and try to change what you perceive outside to be as you want it to be. Try to change from unpresent state to present state. If you practice like this, you can see that the speaking mind has been attached from the ignorance and try to change everything that you perceive outside in order to benefit of the speaking mind that have been attached from the ignorance. So I try to show my gesture, posture, in order to help you to understand this. So in the past, we focus on this hand. Try to speak about this hand, try to change this hand in order to get some state that you want to benefit to yourself. But now, let everything that you perceive outside be as it is. But seeing the speaking mind, that is the five aggregates, that is sense consciousness, that work with feelings, perception, and fabrication. Let it come and go. Let it flow. Let it be in every present moment. See the speaking mind comes and go in the nature. When the speaking mind come and go in the nature, there is no one attached to this hand already. It's just something comes and go as well. But letting go of the mental fabrication, the five aggregates, that is the consent consciousness, working with the feelings, perception, and fabrication. Let the speaking mind flow in the nature. When letting the speaking mind flow in the nature, that is, there is no one attached to the speaking mind. That is, the speaking mind comes and goes by itself in every present moment. That is, the speaking mind comes and goes in the pure mind. That is, there is no one in the nature by itself. That is seeing anicca, dukkha, anatta, because there is no one grabs anything. There is no one hold on to anything. There is no one try to identify with anything in the nature. The speaking mind is a speaking mind that works until you die, in every present moment. And the pure mind, that invisible, that is the background of everything, that is the eternal nature, never do anything with the five aggregates. It's the background of everything already. So that is staying with the present moment, that is staying with the pure mind, that is the nibbana in every present moment, that is realizing the true Dhamma. So the true Dharma is already with you, right here, right now. And it's not the state that you have to grasp in the future. It's not state that I have to get in the future. But it is the truth, the way of the nature that already like this, but there is no ignorance that attached to anything. Even the action of the ignorance that try to do anything, it's just something that comes and goes in the nature of the pure mind as well. Even the action of the ignorance still speak inside you, oh, I have to do something for myself. I have to scan the mind. If you can notice that, even the action of scanning the mind, it have to speak. If you letting go the speaking mind in every present moment, so don't have to be afraid of ignorance. The ignorance is something that comes and goes because they are just two natures. The conditioned things that comes and go, and the pure mind that can't comes and go because it's a deadly nature. So even the ignorance don't have to be fear of it. Let it comes and go in the part of the five aggregates. So these are two natures that function right here, right now. This is the way to stay in the present moment and the importance of staying in the present moment. It's not like something that I talk like a theory and you have to learn about that. But it's your life. So today the session we talk about our life that already like this.